Hey guys, it's me again, the Beauty Boss Slays, and I'm here with my friend, Queen Curlyhead. And so yeah, we're going to be filming a tips video for beginners or even just people in general with makeup and just our tips that we use on a daily basis and that we recommend to you. So let's just get started.
Tip number 1. Always make sure that the products that you're using are suitable for you and you're not just using them because other people use them. Really make sure that the foundation that you use matches your skin type and the powder and everything
exactly.
like that.
Because if a foundation is meant for oily skin and you have dry skin, so it doesn't look as good in your on your skin, but it's like, oh, but everyone else is using it. It doesn't end up looking as good, and it's just like, use what's better for your skin.
Tip number 3 should be always make sure that the colors you guys are using match your skin color and they're colors that you actually enjoy wearing.
Yeah, that you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be wearing oh, it's popular that people wearing purple eyeshadow, but that may be too bold for some people. So it's stay in your comfort zone. And if you want to start off going out of the box, I recommend starting with drugstore products. So if you are going to try to go out of the box, I recommend starting off with drugstore and then moving upwards as you get more comfortable with your products.
Tip number 5 should be always make sure that the way you're contouring and the way that you guys apply your products really
complement your face
shape and the color of your face, whether you're really dark or really pale. Just make sure that the colors really suit you. I feel like if you are going to wear more extravagant eye makeup products, make sure that you're not going too overboard with them.
Yeah, if you're doing a poppy eye look, make sure you're wearing a neutral lip so it doesn't kind of go overboard.
And I feel like one of my pet peeves is when someone does a orange eye look or a brown eye look and they'll wear a brown lipstick or a purple lipstick. For me, my eyeshadow always has to match my lip color. So that's how I kind of figure out the shades I'm going for that day. So that's another tip you guys can use.
And also, I feel like neutral pinks go with so many products. I would say that my favorite lip products and lip colors are probably all purples with gray tones or mauves, just everyday shades. And I feel like if you're going to do a dark eye look, it doesn't necessarily have to match it exactly, but say you're doing a red eyeshadow look, you could wear a red lip, but you could also wear a neutral lip if your eyeshadow is very bold. So you just kind of want to equal it out.
And one of my favorite quotes is by Patrick Star, and it says, "Makeup is a one-size-fits-all." So makeup is something that everyone of you guys can use to express yourself.
And it doesn't have to be the same for everybody.
Yeah, just be you and don't let other people tell you what you can or what you can't wear. Express yourself. You're you. Be proud of that.
Exactly. So now we're actually going to talk about some products that we totally recommend you starting off with. It doesn't matter, high-end drugstore. So first we're going to start off with staple pieces and then staple specific products. So I feel like a staple piece is definitely a foundation or a tinted moisturizer, whatever you want to use, because I feel like that just gives you a base to start off, because powders and creams don't sit as well on your on your actual skin compared to how they sit on a foundation. So it may not blend out as well, and it may look kind of cakey and show all your imperfections. If you have texture and you don't have a foundation under it and then you just put contour straight on, it may emphasize texture, especially with a highlighter. So you want to be careful with that.
One of my favorite staple pieces is actually the Anastasia foundation, and it's very light and you can
stick
wear
foundation?
Yeah, you can wear it every day. And it's not too full coverage. You only need 2 swipes on your cheeks and 1 on your forehead and your chin. And you just blend it out and set it with some powder and go on with your day. And it's just a really good product just to start off with if you're a beginner.
What I love about stick foundation is that you can build them up. Depending on how much stick foundation you put up, it's so easy to build up. And I feel like stick foundations are very good to start off with. And I really recommend stick foundations with a beauty blender rather than a brush, because stick foundations are thicker, and if you use a brush it'll leave brush strokes, but if you go with a beauty blender it'll be better. I really recommend a beauty blender or any beauty spend in general, but I know that some are kind of more dense and they don't work as well, but if you really can't buy one, then just use any sponge, even your finger.
It's really good too.
That was good too. And I know that Costco sometimes has beauty blenders, so you can get it cheaper there, which is really nice. I love Costco.
Excuse me, I'm like dying.
Okay, so we kind of want to talk about more products in specific. And I feel like mascara is kind of like a staple, especially if you have shorter eyelashes, because I feel like it just kind of makes your eyes pop. Even if you don't have eyeshadow on, no eyeliner, it just makes your look pop. And I honestly, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't wear mascara every day, but I've been wearing it more often lately, but I just haven't. But I kind of have longer eyelashes. But when I wear mascara, like, I see a difference in how it makes me look more awake, and like, it just kind of makes everything look more put together.
For me, one of my staple pieces is definitely eyeliner. I know a lot of people don't like wearing eyeliner because they might think it's too gothic, but like I said in the beginning of the video, makeup is a way to express you.
And it really depends how you put on your
Yeah,
eyeliner.
and
So like,
eyeliner is also a great way. Like if you guys have more like oval shaped heads, I don't know why, but I feel like they suit people with oval shaped heads a bit better. For me, I like really extravagant, like long wings.
and if you have like fuller, longer eyelashes, you don't really need eyeliner. But a good thing you can do is with your mascara, really push it into the beginning where your eyelashes start,
Your lash line.
or maybe even to tight line. Yeah, your lash line, or tight lining. Even if you don't put mascara on, just a tight line really brightens up your look and makes your eyelashes look fuller. So I really recommend tight lining, but it's kind of scary when you start. I don't do it all the time, but if you're willing to take the time and do it, then I totally recommend it because I feel like it really makes a difference.
One of my tips are when you're tight lining, I'm gonna move closer so they can kind of see what I'm saying.
Sorry, the doorbell's ringing.
Grab your top lid, pull it up, and then grab whatever eyeliner pen you're gonna be using, and tightline your upper lid, not only your bottom lid, because by tightlining your
I feel
upper
like
lid,
tight lining your upper lid
it brings
is
out
better.
your eyes a lot more, and it's
It
not
thickens
too
your
harsh
lashes.
as your bottom eyelid.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a good way to start.
I feel
too.
like, and if you are gonna do your lower lash line, then you should definitely use a white or a nude. But if you're doing your upper lash line, then I definitely think of black because it thickens it makes your lashes look thicker. It makes your look more full. I feel like it just really suits everything.
Yeah, for me, one of my pet peeves is I will not put eyeliner on if I don't have a base of like eyeshadow, or even just like I'll take.
Especially if you're using crayon. Sorry to
You're
interrupt
fine.
you. But because it tugs onto your eyelids, and you don't want to tug onto your skin because it'll leave you with wrinkles and like it'll kind of stretch out
Creases.
your skin. Yeah. So if you are gonna do something like even eyeshadow, anything, just make sure to put a base and stuff, and try your best not to tug at your skin. Like no matter what you're doing, if you're doing your under eyes, don't be like try your very best not to tug at your skin because you'll have better skin when you're older and you'll have less wrinkles because you didn't tug.
So another one of my tips is if I know for me I'm always running late in the mornings and I have like 10 to 15 minutes to do my makeup. So I know for me I don't always do like very extravagant eyeshadows every day. So what you can do while you're bronzing your face, take an eyeshadow brush and dip it in the bronzer and then just put that in your crease. So at least you have like a base for your eyeliner and it's not just like straight up eyeliner on your eyelid.
Oh, and I feel like if you're just not using an eyeshadow palette, if you're just going in, I feel like the blush and bronzer you use really look good on your, like, they look good.
Your lid.
So say you put your bronzer in your crease and then put your blush on your lid, like it really just adds something to the look. And another staple I feel like is a bronzer, because even if you don't highlight, bronzing your face naturally highlights your skin. That's kind of like the point of it. And I feel like contouring is so like versatile and like you can do it so many different ways. Like you can contour your cheek, like you can carve out your
cheeks.
you can carve out your cheekbones, or you can bronze up your face. You can kind of contour and then bronze over it just to blend it out so it's not like too carved out.
And here's a tip, contouring and bronzing are not the same things. When I first started doing makeup, I thought like contour and bronzing were like the same thing, like they looked exactly the same. But contouring's more like used to really shape out your face, whereas bronzing is just more used to like give
For
your
me,
face
I
color.
do something in between. Like, I can't say that I necessarily contour, but I can't say I bronze. Like, it really just depends on the day and how I feel like blending out my makeup and how I do it.
So contouring's probably a better like thing for me personally, because I feel like it just gives me like that perfect like carve out cheekbone, you know? Contouring is more of precise lining, whereas when you bronze, you kind of just take a brush and go ham on your cheeks. But contouring's more precise, and there's multiple
You're more
ways
detailed
to
with
contour.
it.
And another staple product for me is the Mario Badescu spray, because
Or any setting spray.
any setting spray, but specifically the Mario Badescu one, because it helps if you guys. I remember one time I used this
Redness.
product, and I got a big rash on my face, and I just sprayed that, and it helped cool everything down.
Oh, I actually have it right here.
It's also good for setting your makeup.
It's really good because it has aloe vera and rose water, which is very good for your skin. And aloe vera helps with redness and stuff. So,
And
like,
for me, I have kind of bad facial scars, so that actually
want
helps
some?
very well with like your face scar.
and so I really like the Mario Badescu spray a lot too. I feel like it really just makes your skin, like, I feel like it makes your makeup blend into your skin, but I don't think that it makes your makeup last longer.
That's true.
Like, I feel like it helps your makeup set into your skin, just not last longer. But the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Setting Spray, long name. I really like that for making your makeup last longer. And then a good setting spray for intensifying pigments is MAC Fix Plus. Like, if you want like pigments on your eyeshadow, if you want your highlight to be more popping, like MAC Fix Plus is your thing. Okay, so now we're gonna get into specific products that we like. And I'm gonna start off with like one of my all-time favorites. I recently realized how much I use Anastasia products, like, because their kits are so good. Like, Anastasia highlighters, I recommend to you. If you like a poppy highlight, like, that is the highlight you need. Like, the Nicole Guerrero, the
Sunlit.
Sunbum.
the Sun Dip, the Sweets, That Glow, the Aurora, Moonchild. They're so intense, but you can also build them up. Like, if you don't want them too intense, you can do that too. But like, they're really nice. And also, for contour, I recommend the Anastasia contour kit too, because their powders and their products are just really good. And I love how they have kits. Like, they also sell like refillable pans and stuff, but their kits are just so good and so useful. Like, that's what I use every day. And then I also recommend the Chanel Soleil de Tan bronzer. It's really big. It smells really good too. It's an ounce and it's cream, and I really like to put it and then go over it with my Anastasia, but I really like that. And then another staple is probably a beauty blender or just a beauty sponge in general, because like, it just helps with your makeup.
My favorite drugstore highlighters is the Wet n Wild one.
Wait, Princess Petals?
Yeah. And
I want it, but it's always sold out of their Target.
as well as the one that's white, I forget what it's called, and it's somewhat like holographic, and it has like
They
the
have a
ice
unicorn
in it.
collection that's coming out. It's brand new. You guys should get it.
Like Megan said, the beauty blender is probably one of mine too, because like they're like a holy grail product. Like, you can't go wrong with beauty blenders, and I feel like those are probably all my staple products.
Oh, and for mascara, I feel like you can go to the drugstore with mascara, because I feel like the drugstore like really hits a high point on mascara, and I recently found this out. Like, the Telescopic by L'Oreal is like $8, $8.49 at Target, and it's really good. Like, it really lifts my lashes, and the brush is so small. Like, it's really nice and small. It's really good for your lower lash line too, and I just really like that. And then another staple product for me is probably the Hourglass Vanishing Stick Foundation, because I really like how you can build it up so easily. And I also like the Too Faced Born This Way, but I feel like their colors are more yellow toned. Like, I know I have
And
light
pink
beige.
tone.
Yeah. They don't really have neutral tones. That's the one problem, but I really like the consistency, so I still do like it, but it is more yellow toned. And then I also like the Estee Lauder, and I feel like they're really good on their shades and stuff, because they have such a large variety.
Yeah.
I wear Desert Beige, and it is very light, but I really like that because It's nice and light. It kind of has like a pink or maybe like a pink and neutral undertone. And I just really like how my bronzer looks on it. And it looks really good. So I really like that. And
my favorite mascara is by MAC. And it's, I forget what it's called, but it's the one that has the...
In Dimension.
Yeah, the
3D.
In Dimension 3D one. And it has the words MAC like
written all over it.
And the wand on that is amazing.
It's really thick. And then a staple liquid lipstick is probably the Retro Max or just the MAC liquid lipsticks. The new formulation is really good. Like the one from a few years ago isn't good, but the new one is really good. I really like it. It's really nice. And then the Kat Von D liquid lipstick formulation is really good. I love Ludwig and Ophelia. And Huda Beauty ones are nice too. And the Huda Beauty ones I feel like don't last as long as some of them, but they're very easy to reapply and they're not pasty. Like they go on one swipe, you can blend it out, and then you can reapply them really easy. I feel like all the ones I talked about are really easy to reapply. I feel like the MAC one is the hardest to reapply, but I also feel like it lasts longer than the Kat Von D and the Huda Beauty one.
But for me, I really like the NYX soft matte liquid, the soft matte ones.
They're not
and
liquid
they're my
lipsticks,
favorite.
they're like velvet.
I feel like they're really easy to apply. They're very inexpensive, and I feel like they're probably one of my favorite lipsticks besides from the ColourPop ones. And I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me about the ColourPop ones.
Liquid lipsticks, satins, or glosses.
The satins,
the liquid lipsticks, like the all mattes.
the all
Matte ones, when you apply them, first of all, they dry out your lips. They make the
They
lipstick
don't last
crack.
for any time. They look disgusting. I
And-
wear them. If you're going to take a picture, you're like, oh, I just need to take a picture. I don't want to put on a nice one and then take it
They
off.
have beautiful shades, don't get me
Oh,
wrong,
yeah.
but they're crusty and
The
dusty. and
consistency is terrible.
don't get me wrong, like I love ColourPop, but just not the matte ones. I love the satin ones. I love their eyeshadows. I love everything but the
Their
matte
lippies
lipstick.
are good too. I've heard the
Yeah, the lippies are amazing.
But don't even bother with the matte liquid lipsticks.
And I personally disagree with what she said about MAC liquid lipsticks.
the matte lipsticks.
MAC lipsticks, because MAC has one of the largest selections ever. Like when you go to Sephora, like there's usually like 20-30 shades of a lipstick, sometimes less. But MAC, I'm pretty sure, has at least over 100 shades, and they have satin glosses.
I feel
They
like
have semi-mattes, they have mattes.
I feel like the reason why I'm not that interested in them
They don't
is
come out with
because-
new shades.
Yeah,
They
that's what I'm
just-
saying. They don't really come out with new shades, and
25% off all hydro
And the new one, wait, the new ones they do come out with are more out there shades. They're not like everyday, you know what I mean?
for me, I personally am more into liquid lipsticks than like matte lipsticks, like solid matte lipsticks. And I feel like the liquid lipsticks they have just aren't like the right lipstick for me. But
Yeah, it really just, and also liquid lipsticks, it really
I
depends
like
on your
everything
lips,
but the lipsticks.
how dry, like if you have naturally dry lips, you have to be careful with liquid lipsticks. I definitely recommend exfoliating and putting a balm on, but don't put the balm on directly before, because then it'll make the liquid lipstick patchy and separate. So make sure you let the balm set before, or maybe just skip that part and just put it on after, but just really take care of your lips.
And don't get me wrong, like I love the MAC products. Like I'll try the lipsticks on, like I wear them occasionally, but they're not like my go-to lipstick.
Yeah, like if she's going to buy lipstick, she may not go to a MAC one unless she wants a classic color.
Yeah.
Like if she wants something in trend but not like too bold, like she'll be like, oh yeah, like I need this color. Like I know MAC will have the majority of these colors, but it's kind of like they're all classics. MAC, I feel like MAC in general, lipstick wise, is a classic brand, which I personally like, but that's just me. But I feel like MAC has really upped their game. Like, have you seen all the new concealers? They have a new
Yeah,
foundation out, all the new concealers. They now have, I didn't even know they had brow products till recently.
Did you see the new coconut spray?
Oh, the Tutti Frutti one?
delicious.
I'm gonna
The
get it.
MAC Fix
I'm
Plus.
gonna get it.
I want to
I'm
get
gonna get
MAC Fix Plus, and that's actually
My
the
sister
coconut
has
one.
it.
The coconut one is MAC Fix Plus, but it smells like coconut.
No, I feel like I heard
And
the
coconut is
formula
very
was
good for your
different.
skin.
I heard the
because
formula
coconut's
was
good
a
for your
bit
skin,
different too, so it's more hydrating too. So
Uh,
keep
In
on.
general, coconut is just good for your skin. It's good for your body. It's good for your hair. So I feel like the MAC Fix Plus Tutti Frutti, that's what it's called, the Tutti Frutti coconut, would be really good. And it's the same price as the original MAC Fix Plus, and it has like really
24,
cute.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, or 29.
Yeah, I think it's 24. It's I think it's 24.
I mean,
and it
it's
has
not
really
that
cute
expensive
packaging.
compared to a lot of other brands.
Yeah, like Urban Decay All Nighter is 31. The Tasha one or the
It's
Tasha
like 41
is
or something.
41, and it comes with so little product. But I feel like setting spray is like a kind of a must-have if you're gonna be wearing your makeup for
And
a
I
long
feel
time.
like setting, you really have to be careful of what setting spray you use again, because that kind of goes back to the skin type you have.
Mhm.
If you have really dry skin, then you probably don't want to go for more of a matte look. You might want to go for more of a satin and glossy, because like that's gonna really take out all the moisture from your skin.
And what I like about the Urban Decay All Nighter, in general, is they have a cooling one. They have the long lasting. They have multiple different versions of it that are good for different skin types, which I feel like is really good, because a lot of other brands just have like, here's a matte one and here's a more dewy one, like that's it. But I feel like they have a larger variety for different skin tones, which I feel like is very, very useful.
Yep.
And I really like that. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And stick around if you want to see future videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.